Yes, I'm embracing the stereotype. I'm on a BMW and I'm about to get a coffee. Sue me. G'day guys, Chronicles of Solid here, and welcome back. First off, I just want to say this is just going to be like a update and progress report. As you can see, I'm on the comfy Beamer today with the helmet with the good mic, so I do a little bit of a vlog style thing today rather than an off-road voiceover. So the obvious question is, where the hell have I been for 3 weeks? It's pretty simple. Hurt my leg, and I also have chronic sinusitis apparently, so infected nasal cavities. Hooray for me. And it's also starting to get hot, so a lot of the guys that ride off-road tend to hang up their leathers over the hotter months in Australia. So they have disappeared into wherever it is they're hiding, and for those of us that are left over who continue to ride, we tend to ride early in the morning, and it's just been hard to get our schedules all together so we can ride off-road. I have been out, but it's been on the BMW, and those rides tend not to be so exciting, so I haven't bothered putting them up. So that's out of the way. I guess the next part is going on with my progress and how I have been finding the bikes and gear and etc, etc. The obvious point would be to start with evaluating my own skill levels, I suppose. And the biggest encouragement I got was taking this out on the dirt again recently, last week actually, and I haven't taken it off-road for quite some time, and my memory of it off-road with these stock Continental Trail Attack 2s was pretty bad. I didn't like it at all. It was just skating all over the place. Don't you pull out, thank you. And it was just really quite scary in my memory. Anyway, I went out last weekend and did quite a relaxed ride with another adventure rider, and the difference was night and day. It was still quite skittish. The tires were definitely still a limitation, but my confidence, and I now have at least a basic skill level off-road, so I was much more confident, and it was a really good indication of how far I felt I'd really come. It's a little harder to tell when I'm out on the Yamaha week in, week out. My skill increase seems incremental, but not having ridden this off-road for so long, I was able to tell just how far I'd progressed, I suppose. Second thing was the bikes. How am I finding the 2 motorcycles that I've chosen for my off-road and on-road adventures? I'll start with the Yamaha WR250R. Because it's a 250cc, the obvious question would be, after a year of ownership and 6 months in the dirt, have I got tired of the 250cc 29 horsepower I think it makes? Have I got tired of it, or do I feel like I'm going to outgrow it sometime in the near future? No, not at all. The little Yamaha just continues to exceed my expectations. Trail wise, in the technical trails, it's just light enough to be functional in single track and not overwhelming. Forest roads and everything else in between to tarmac is just as great. Even loaded up with luggage and doing multiple day trips, it's still, for a 250, it's still very, very capable. I mean, given that if you do have, like I have had on occasions, 30 plus kilos of luggage on the back, and you're doing over 110 and you want to overtake a truck with 3 or 4 trailers, you're going to have to really do some planning. You can't just pull out and rely on massive amounts of power like a bike with a bigger displacement would do. But other than that, it's been a fantastic bike. It does kind of get some criticism, but I think that's just from overzealous WR250R owners who like to compare it to enduro bikes, which it really shouldn't be. It is a very capable dual sport, but it certainly isn't an enduro motorcycle, and that tends to enrage the orange Kool-Aid fans, so they come down with the hammer of justice and remind us how amazing their EXCs are. Anyway, so it's been a great bike. The only dual sport I could think of that might satisfy my needs more than the Yamaha at present and going into the future is the KTM Enduro R. I'll throw up a picture if you don't know what that is, or the basically the same bike, but the Husqvarna 701 Enduro coming out. That's a good question. Early next year, I think. Same bike as the KTM, except it has 1 litre more of fuel and a few little differences. Anyway, so who knows, maybe a long time in the future I might look at another dual sport, but at the moment I'm completely happy with the 250. And the same goes for the BMW. This thing has been fantastic. I just took it for a 320 odd K round trip day ride last weekend with the wife on the back. It was extremely windy and the bike just did fantastic. Every time I take either bike out, I'm always so happy of the choice I made with both. Yeah, everything about the Beam has been great. I still stand by everything I said in the review. I'm still happy with the power. The fuel economy is stupid amazing. You can just pack it to the nines. It does get a little tight with a pillion and yourself and luggage if you're packing for multiple days, but I mean still ample room in my opinion. The one thing I might change if I was riding constantly in very high wind conditions would be a higher windscreen, but that's just a niggling complaint really. The other reason that I guess I'm probably happy with both bikes so much is because of the way they complement each other. I was very careful about that, getting two bikes that would fulfill two separate needs with minimal crossover. And I think I've nailed it with these two bikes. The BMW obviously doing the touring, maybe a light forest road every now and then. I'll throw up a clip of me doing that if you like, somewhere here. And yeah, two-up riding, what did I say, touring, and street riding pretty much. I mean, if it's crappy weather and I'm riding on the street, I'll take this because of the traction control and the ABS and all the other aids. And obviously the little Yamaha does everything else. So if I had either of these bikes as my only bike, I probably would have much more complaints about both of them. Probably gear is the next point I'd like to talk about. The only thing I can think of that's really not been 100% perfect gear wise are my knee pads. I'm using the Launch Pro Fox knee pads. They're actually a mountain bike knee pad and they're not CE rated. They're still very protective and very good, and that's why I got them. But the problem is they're not knee braces, so they don't brace your knee for lateral movement like twisting your knee or hyperextensions and that kind of thing. And I didn't go with the knee brace because it was too expensive. I think a good set here in Australia run you about $500, and I have the feeling that if I had have forked out for the brace instead of the pad, I probably wouldn't be having these issues. But you know, hey, you get what you pay for, and you pay the price if you skimp on safety. I have just ordered a neck brace, so once I've had a little bit of time riding with it and evaluating it, I'll put up a little review on it and give my thoughts. The reason I got it was also because of the single track. I had quite a stiff and sore neck after that crash, and I thought, well, I kind of need my spine, so I should probably look after it. So I've ordered a neck brace, and we'll see how that goes. The groups that I've been riding with have been fantastic. I've just been lucky to kind of luck out with a great bunch of riders. Obviously not everyone you meet you're going to get along with, and that becomes more obvious with the larger group rides, I suppose. Not everyone is as nice as I would like to be, but hey, different personalities, different types of people, different tastes, you're going to get that. But I have been fortunate in that I have met a lot of like-minded people, and we've seemed to all be at the same kind of level and really enjoying riding off-road. So I'm very thankful about that. That's something I see in a lot of the channels, the more popular channels than me. A lot of the times they're answering the question that a lot of people ask is, you know, where do I find people to ride with? Because it is one of the biggest challenges of dual sports that we don't often talk about is, you know, the company that we ride with. It makes all the difference, and finding those people can be very difficult. So I guess what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way is I'm very fortunate that I've found some people that I get along with. If you do have, you know, a couple of weeks between videos, please be patient with me. And if you guys absolutely can't wait for videos and you need your fix, I am on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter as well. You can check me out there. I'm always checking those out and replying, throwing up pictures and just mostly motorcycle related things. So if you want more of a day-to-day what's going on with the bike or what I've just ordered gear-wise and all that kind of shite, then probably best to go to either Instagram or Facebook. Final thing is, I just hit over 250 subscribers. I know that seems like nothing in general YouTube stats when you've got people that Ever Ride, Accidental Broadcasts, you know, various other very popular motovloggers which are in the, you know, tens of thousands. But for me, starting out, that is a really good start. 250 subscribers, that was my 2-year goal, and well, I've hit that in 6 months. It's crazy. I can't believe 254 of you actually like the videos enough to subscribe. It's a very nice confidence boost. So thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in again, and apologies for it not being an exciting off-road adventure, just a boring tarmac jaunt through the city listening to my monotone voice. So as always, I've been Chronicles of Solid. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Catch you later.